choose to put in our neighborhoods speaks not only about who we are today, but also who we've been and who we aspire to be. On this trip, it was a tremendous, Dave, you said it so well that you kind of covered a lot of the things that I want to say, but it's great to start in a gallery that's a community gathering place. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the term third place, and Mestizo is really the third place when you're not at work and you're not at home. Where do you gather and have conversations and talk about your community? So thank you for everything you do. Thanks to Red Iguana, thanks to Boost, thanks to all the community partners. The government has a role in art, but we couldn't do it without our private partners, so thanks to them. I've been in Salt Lake City for 5 years, and I want to say that the city has really transformed in its embrace of public art. There's murals all over town. There's sculptures, there's flying art projects, and I think that I would be... Oh, don't laugh at me, Felicia. And I think, as people who heard me say before, and Dave, you cut into so many of the things I want to say. It's who we are, it's who we want to be, and it's who we've been. Memorials talk about things that we never want to forget. Monuments talk about the things we always need to remember. And public art talks about who we want to be. So, where's Councilmember Johnson? Oh, there you are. Yeah, Councilmember Johnson, you're up next, my friend. And I want to thank the council and the RDA for all the work that they've done to support public art in this town. So, Andrew? Thank you.
I'm Andrew Johnston. I'm the city councilman for District 2, which is this side of the freeway and this part of North Temple. And I've lived here for a little over 10 years now. And many of you have been here much longer than I have, even working on this area. North Temple's a grand boulevard, and it's still kind of an envisioned grand boulevard. There's so many parts of it that have so much promise, so many parts of it that are fulfilling their promise, and parts of it that just have so much opportunity still today. Within walking distance of downtown, and we just saw a runner come by here, which you haven't seen a lot in a lot of years. The activity and the vibrancy and just having people here, daytime, evening, nighttime, matters. And so public meeting spaces, whether they're informal like this, whether it's Mestizo, whether it's Red Iguana, we'll see in some other businesses here, they matter a tremendous amount. And I have some notes just to make sure I thank a few folks, but one of the important pieces here is to remember everybody who's put time into this. And so a lot of you here, standing here, have put a lot of your time and effort over the years making this a great place, even better than it has been. I want to call out a couple of folks, particularly the Arts Council, Property Management from Salt Lake City, Engineering Division, the Redevelopment Agency, obviously. Also, we have the North Temple businesses are here. Nigel, as the chair of the Chamber of Commerce for North Temple, thank you for being here. Also, the Fair Park Community Council. There's also another entity called the Euclid Neighborhood Watch Group. And they actually live just over here on Emerald, most of them around this area, South Temple. And they do a tremendous job of showing us how to have a neighborhood watch again. It's one of those things we've lost over the years. I want to make sure they get a lot of attention because they do a lot of work behind the scenes about cleaning the viaduct areas, monitoring each other's property, being available and answering questions for folks, for businesses and for residents. They're a huge asset for the community. Other thing I want to call out here is, if you notice, we're under the freeway. If you haven't noticed that already. Living on the west side means dealing with the freeway and trains a lot. And one of the hardest pieces is connecting the west side communities with the rest of the city. Because we go under these places, which are dark, the lights go out sometimes. UDOT isn't necessarily, I love UDOT, they're not known for their aesthetics. And so it's not very welcoming to walk between parts of town or on a bike like I do a lot. And when you see the city from on your foot or bicycling, it looks different than in cars. Stuff like this matters. You see the city as a place of vibrancy, of culture, of placemaking we've talked about. You remember places not by their address necessarily, but by what you see and who's there. So a community matters because of things like this. It's a huge, huge deal for us. And I think investing money in this is expensive, it's time consuming. Redeveloping areas is not just about a year, it's about years of effort by all of you. So thank you all very, very much. I want to make sure that I'm going to take the time also to welcome the artist who's responsible for a lot of this here, Traci O'Very Covey. So come on up, and I'm going to give you the time now. So thank you so much.
Can you guys hear me okay if I talk like this? First of all, I want to say how honored I am that I was the artist commissioned to do the art for this project. I want to thank the Salt Lake Arts Council and the RDA for the opportunity to do this for this neighborhood. When we initially met with community members, it was important to people who live here that diversity be portrayed, that this be a welcoming entrance to this part of town, and to use the logo branding that they had created. And the circle is really important in that branding. It kind of shows common ties between the community, and coming full circle, unity. And in my artwork, it's important to me to portray interconnection between people and things, that we're all interconnected in some way. This artwork is sophisticated yet whimsical, and the colorful characters here are representative of people of all walks of life and all different types. We've even got the tree person here that represents the beautiful big trees and all the plantings in this area. And then we've got the bird carrying the cup of coffee over there that is, you know, as if somebody just left Mestizos to take their coffee home or whatever went there. So it's really about, I believe that public art can create a sense of place in a neighborhood, and I hope that this artwork does that. I also hope that it brings positive benefits to people's everyday lives, that when you walk by here or ride your bike by here or drive by here, that it adds value to your everyday life and brings you a little bit of joy. That's a smile to your face. It was important to the community that this area feel safe and clean, and so with the landscaping cleaned up that ties in with the artwork, we've done that. And the mural down here that ties in with everything, I hope you'll walk by and look at that as well. Let me make sure that I'm not forgetting anything that I wanted to say. I think that's really it. I really hope that it adds some value to your life. So I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of your community through my artwork. Thank you.